The thing is, chat, regarding like competitive Fortnite, people might say like certain streamers aren't cut out for competitive. Ninja, me, you know, just think of any popular like streamer that has played some competitive, but also like mainly focused on content creation. The reality is that most streamers, right, could become pro Fortnite players, like just top tier Fortnite players, and finish in the top 20 of most tournaments. Most of them can, because I don't believe in genetics playing a huge role in Fortnite competitive, right? I don't believe in that. Maybe there's a role that genetics plays in a game like CS:GO that's very hyper aim focused, but to me, Fortnite's one of those games where once you get your mechanics to a certain level, it comes down to positioning and decision making, right? So like, to me, the way I see it is that, like, if you want to be good at competitive Fortnite, you have to dedicate 6 to 8 hours per day. And let's say for example, I decided, hey, I want to be a pro Fortnite player. I don't want to make content anymore, and I want to lose out on all that revenue and try to win Fortnite tournaments. Okay, let's say I decided to do that. Let's say I broke down my day to an 8-hour work day of trying to become a pro player, right? An 8-hour work day. If I spent 2 hours, or let's just say an hour and a half, no, let's say 1 hour. 1 hour of pure mechanic building, where I spent an hour doing edit drills, building drills, and like in-game mechanic building. And then I spent another hour doing aiming drills, where I focused on improving my tracking, my flick shots, right? So that's 2 hours down. And then I spent 2 hours box fighting and build fighting other pro players every single day. And having the reach that I have, I could probably get a lineup of multiple different pro players, controller, mouse, and keyboard, different play styles, right? So now 3 hours in, not 3 hours, 4 hours in, what have I done? I've done 1 hour of aim training on AimLab, 1 hour of mechanic training in creative, 2 hours of box fight and build fighting, right? That's 4 hours down. And then I spend I spend 3 hours doing scrims, 3 to 4 hours doing scrims, and then like 30 to 40 minutes looking over scrim footage and talking with like a Fortnite coach about maybe things that I'm doing wrong in scrims, maybe things I need to work on, maybe rotational things I need to look into, maybe VOD review of certain top players, right? 30 to 45 minutes of that, right? So like I could break down an 8-hour day like that. And if I did that for 2 to 3 months, if anybody did that for 2 to 3 months and they were capable, right? And they were decent at the game to start with, right? Like right now I consider myself decent at the game to start with, and you did that for 2 to 3 months. Do you not think you would be a top player? A top Fortnite pro player? Now, what stops people from doing that, right? People have obligations, right? Let's say you're a student. You don't want to risk your entire life trying to become pro at competitive Fortnite, right? That's something that could potentially stop you from doing that. Let's say you have a job. Let's say you're going to school. You're doing all these different things. That would stop you from being a pro player, right? Or let's say you're too young and you're not mature enough to be disciplined to take on like a schedule, right? A schedule where you break down 8 hours per day and you stick to doing training, doing aim training, mechanics training, box fighting, scrimming, right? Let's say you're just not mature enough, and instead you just want to, like, I don't know, talk to girls or watch anime, or like you don't have the work ethic, right? So there's so many components that prevent an individual from committing to like a regiment where they want to become a pro Fortnite player. But all those things that prevent an individual from doing that, your like favorite streamer of Fortnite who's not a pro could do all those things, right? At the cost of a lot of money, they could do all those things and become a top player. So it's weird when I see people say like, oh, Ninja's just not cut out for competitive. Like, no, it's not that he's not cut out for competitive. It's that he's building a brand that's worth tens of millions of dollars, and focusing on competitive would take his, focus away from the brand he's building. I say this a lot. I've said this a lot in the past, but just it's weird to see people think that I'm not playing Fortnite because I'm not a pro player. Like I'm not good enough to be a pro player. I'm literally the perfect candidate to just focus on competitive Fortnite and become a top tier player. But I would have to drop a lot of other things that I'm doing really well right now, which is like content creation, sponsorship acquisition, brand building, all this different stuff. My 3 YouTube channels that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? All these things that I'm doing, it would have to, be slowed down. And it's just not worth slowing that down for competitive Fortnite, which is like let's be honest, competitive Fortnite is it really like something that we really want to strive for? Like really? Is it really the pinnacle of like competitive esport experience? Like sure, it can be fun and it can be exciting and there's a lot of prize money involved, but is it really the top of esports? Is it really what you want to throw all your eggs in? It's a very finicky sport. It's a very finicky sport. There's a lot of top pro players who played Fortnite, won hundreds of thousands of dollars, and were still good enough to keep playing but stop playing competitive. It's a stressful environment. Competitive Fortnite is a very stressful environment because you have to deal with so many different things that can affect your success outside of your control. You have to decide, like, am I gonna make some unspoken agreement with somebody else about a drop spot? Am I gonna have to deal with people teaming and solos? Am I gonna have to deal with what Discord I'm in to like if I'm gonna get kicked out of a Discord for playing too aggressive and I can't practice against other pros? Like there's just so much BS that goes into it. It's a stressful. The top guys are doing well, but like everyone besides them is having a really stressful time, right? So it's like that's the reason why I really wanted to pull out, is because I was having really great success on the competitive side of things. I mean, not competitive, on the content side of things, and competitive Fortnite just doesn't seem appealing. Like, believe me, I love competing. I love, if you watch my streams before Fortnite, I was always about the competition. It's just Fortnite is not a easy or fun game to really compete in. Even the top players, they're always complaining on Twitter, always have issues going on, always have just a lot of messy things they're dealing with. Even like the top people who are earning hundreds of thousands, they're it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And quite frankly, I feel like a lot of young kids who don't have the real work ethic or don't have the real time to put into competitive Fortnite, they're chasing after a dream that they might never reach. It's just think about it. Like when the competitive scene was still young, there was so many people who didn't even know how to build, but then like the few people who knew how to build like were considered like the top players, right? And now everybody and their mom, in comparison, right, is like a top tier builder, triple edit, like little machine. So not only is the competition so much bigger now, and you got all these kids trying to be the next Booga World Cup champion, if anything, the prize pools have gotten smaller, right? And like it's a little bit more cutthroat than before. So it's like you got a lot of kids that wannabe pro Fortnite players, and you could like I could analyze what they're doing right now and how they've been playing, and I could just tell like I could like tell you straight up like you're just not gonna be a pro if you keep on this track. Like you have to do it like it's a job, because you're going against people who do it like it's a job. And if you don't do it like it's a job, you're gonna fail unless you're like some like extremely talented prodigy, you know? Creative didn't ruin Fortnite, guys. Neither did competitive. Competitive and creative did not ruin Fortnite. I ruined Fortnite, chat. Remember?